going over the piecewise functions exercises for Khan Academy. So what I'm going to do is take my image, get rid of it, and then focus on the piecewise functions. So let's start with piecewise functions graph, because that's what was requested. Let me get rid of these. So piecewise functions from graphs. All right. So this one's this one might not require Microsoft Paint. So let's see. G of x equals 5 minus x from -2 to 2, and then it's equal to 3x minus 10 from 2 to 4. So first of all, this question is focusing on the intervals, because on the intervals we can see that one is open, one's closed. So here we have from -2 to 2 at 2 coming from the left. So that's from the left. We are that's greater, less than, or equal to 2. We are inclusive, and then from the right we are exclusive. So coming from the right we are exclusive. Alright, so if we are inclusive from the left, that means we can have a closed hole from the left but an open hole on the right. So that's going to be answer choice A. So that's excellent. Let's go to the next problem. Once again, this is where we're looking at. So here, for both functions, we have a horizontal line in both cases. And we have a closed circle coming from the left and an open circle coming from the right. So the point of contention here is not going to be the intervals, but it is going to be the functions. Notice f of x is equal to 3 from -6 to -2. We have the exact same thing regarding this function. So the main thing we're focusing on is 4 minus 2x. So once again, we have a y-intercept of 4. We have y-intercepts of 4 for both functions. So now we just need to look at what has the correct slope. So we have a slope of -2 here. So if you have a slope of -2, you're going to have a rise of 2 and a run of -1. So up 2 over -1. So it seems like option A is matching that, where you go up 2 and over 1. Okay, kind of like that. But for B, you go up 2 and over 1. It doesn't seem like, well, okay, so it does seem like you have the same slope. But here's the deal. With option B, the interval goes to 3, so it's less than or equal to 3. With option A, you're stopping at when x is less than or equal to 2. With B, it's less than or equal to 3, because notice we're ending at 3 here. So it's going to be option B. So the key thing here is looking at 3. So all of this is playing with the intervals, looking at the functions. Okay, so we got that right. Now, piecewise functions graph, problem number 3. Let's look at the intervals. Closed, 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 open. So here's one way we can look at it, is that we have 1/2 x minus 4 from -4 to 4. Good. And then we have 2x minus 7 from 4 to 6. So here it's going to be option A. And the reason why it's option A is that the first function is going to be from -4 to +4. Watch where my arrow is. But for the second function, we see the second function transitions. We transition from the first function to the second function at 2. But the interval for the first function is from -4 to +4. So we won't even consider transitioning from the first function to the second function once we hit 4. So that's going to be answer choice A. Let's see if we're right. We are. Well, lastly, let's look at our intervals here, where for the first function, leftmost function, we're from -9 to 0, -9 inclusive to 0 not inclusive. Okay, so check that out. And then, so this right here eliminates A as an answer choice. And the next function is going to be 2x from 0 to 4. So once again, you have no y-intercept there. The y-intercept is going to be 0. So once again, you can clearly see it's option B. So that's 4 out of 4. Hopefully, try to listen to the visual explanations because graphically I can't draw on these graphs, but if you listen to my verbal explanations, that should help you figure it out. But that's showing the summary. That's piecewise functions graphs. Let's do evaluate step functions now. Okay. So g of -5, when x is -5, y is going to be 2. All right. When x is -4.0001, which is going to be right here, y is also going to be 2. When g is -4, there isn't going to be any value here. Okay, it's not going to be defined. And the reason why it's not going to be defined is that it's not defined for this function right here. Open circle, nothing. So it's not going to be defined. There's going to be no way to define a function. When g is -3.999, which is going to be right here, it's going to have a value of -6. Okay, let's check that. Check that. Okay, we're right. When we have a value of 4.999, okay, so that's right there. That's going to be going down to -5, all right? So that's right before 5. When we have f of 5, we're going to have a value that's undefined because both at this function and at that function we have open circles at f of 5. So that's going to be an undefined value. At 5.0001, that's when we're to the right of 5, and we're going up and hitting this function where we're at a value of 7. And when x equals 9, y equals 7. Check. Great. Now, when x is 0, goes through that hole. Let's do a different color. Goes through that hole, and y is going to be equal to -5. When g is just to the right of 0. Alright, well, so when we're just to the right of 0, 0.001, we're going to be at -3. So we hit that value first. And then we're at 2.999, just to the left of 3. We're also going to be at -3. And then when we hit g of 3, we're also going to be hitting -3. So at -3 here, here, and here. Check. Great. -3.00001. It's going to be 3. So it's going to be have a value of 3 right there. Alright, 3.99999. Seven. 4.001. -3. And f of 9. That value is going to be undefined. It goes through a closed circle. evaluating step functions than when you're evaluating piecewise functions. Okay. So in this case, negative 10 is less than or equal to negative 10. So we'll evaluate this function. So we do negative 10 squared minus 5 times negative 10. Negative 10 squared is 100. 5 times negative 10 is negative 50. So that'll be plus 50 because two negatives make a positive. So that should be 150. Great. Alright, then we have 2. Well, 2 is not equal to 8, so we're going to eliminate this value. 2 is not equal to 10, so we're going to do this value. But 2 is, because 2 is not equal to 8 and 2 is not equal to 10, the third function is for all values that are not equal to 8 or 10. So we're gonna look at this function. We'll have 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 2. So 2 squared is 4. 3 times 2 is 6 minus 6 plus 2. So that'll be 4 minus 6. It's negative 2 plus 2. So that's 0. Alright. Negative 18. Well, if f of negative 18, well, negative 18 is equal to negative 18, so we're going to be using this first function. We'll have negative 18 minus 6 over 3, which is going to be equal to negative 24 over 3, which is going to be equal to negative 8. Because, yes, 18 minus 6 is negative 24, and 8 times 3 is 24, so we should have a value of negative 8. Great. For this last problem, we'll have g of 7. And so g of 7 is going to be from negative infinity to 7 not inclusive, negative 7 to 2, both inclusive, but we're looking at 7. So here, this is going from 2 inclusive all the way to infinity, and 7's going to land on that number line. So looking at this function, this is the one we're evaluating, so we'll have 7 plus 1 times 7 minus 5. So it'll be 8 times 2, which is equal to 16. Great. That's 4 and 4. That's all the piecewise functions on Khan Academy that we have assigned. So have a great time.